Okay, I wanted to come back to you guys and talk to you again about the different machines, as far as which one do you think is more beneficial, or which one you probably should take into consideration if you're having problems or having a hard time with the treadmill. Um, like I said in a video before about using the treadmill, you should, I think that the best way for most people, because most people can walk, is, and you want to get started on your journey, is to start walking. It is very important to start doing something. Start walking. And remember, I also said that don't think just because you start walking and you still putting everything in your mouth that you possibly can, and you get upset because you're not losing weight. You have to take into consideration this, and I think I'm going to start saying this more often. You have to understand it's 80% of what you put in, and the gym is only 20%. Does that mean that you're supposed to not put as much effort into the gym as you could? No, it does not mean that. But it does mean that don't base your whole journey on how much time you spend in the gym. Like I said before, I get 2 hours a day in the gym. Now, today, because my schedule was very busy with other things, I did go to the gym, but I only had an hour. Guess what? I used that hour to the max. And I just did what I could do. Most of that time was spent on the treadmill, and I did what I could do. Now, some people find, for example, my husband, he can walk on the treadmill, but because he has had problems with his knees in the past, where things were injured in his knees or whatever, he finds that walking on that treadmill, that jarring of walking on the treadmill for him is a lot more intense, even more intense than him just walking outside. And I don't know why that is, but for him, it actually is a little bit more intense. Now, you get him on that elliptical, he will glide himself to a frenzy. He can glide. He can just glide himself away. And I find that a lot of people are able to do that elliptical a whole lot more better than the treadmill, because it's easier on the joints and it's less jarring. Now, even when you're on the elliptical, you would notice, if you ever seen an elliptical, you would see that it's almost like you're doing a skiing or a running type motion, but you're not lifting your foot and you're not lifting your feet and putting them down. You're just moving them back and forth. And if you're holding on to the things, your arms can be going with it as well, or you can just be stationary, or you can just move, and you can just move your legs, move your legs like that, because it goes like this. The machine goes like that. So it's like a gliding motion. And he has gotten so good to where he can do 4 or 5 miles. Well, the last time that, because he's always setting a goal for us, so the last time that he got on the treadmill, he did like 4 miles or so in like 35 minutes. And that's good. That's really good. So, yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys that if you're on the treadmill walking or running, and you find that it's being a little bit more jarring on your knees or whatever, then try using the elliptical and see how that works for you. Hopefully, your gym, if you're going to a gym or whatever, that you will have different options of treadmills, meaning of ellipticals, because I know when the elliptical, for me, it just, I don't know, it's something about it that I can't get into the rhythm of it. I don't like it. It just feels weird to me, because I guess because I know that I can actually run, that that feel like I'm floating in the air type thing, just it's not for me. So I would suggest that if you find that the treadmill is not working, then try the elliptical, because I know most people, especially people who are a little bit heavier when they're starting out, that more easy glide is a little bit more beneficial for them all over, because it makes, because I know there's this one young lady who has been going, and I can tell that she's been building herself up as far as how many miles and stuff she go. And there are days where you can tell that she just like I'm done. I just can't. I'm not going to get there. I'm done. But she has been pushing herself, and I absolutely love it. But I feel in my heart for her that if she was on a treadmill and trying to actually do to walk or run on that treadmill, that she would have given up a long time ago, because it is a hard thing. It's a hard thing to do. Running in or walking on a treadmill, depending on how fast you're going. Because I know, as I told you guys in the last video, I was trying out that new one, the one that goes up to that 30 incline. So now on the other ones, you can adjust the speed or the incline by pushing the button, and it goes up like 1, then it goes 1.5, then 1.2, 3, 4, stuff like that. Well, this other one, it was just jumping. When you push it, it was jumping like to 1.1 to like 2, like right on. So was trying to get the rhythm of it. But once I figured out to push certain buttons to get the certain amount that I wanted on there, then it was definitely smooth. It was smooth sailing. It was smooth sailing. Now, one more machine that I wanted to talk about was, and I don't know if I mentioned it to you guys before, but it's that stair stepper. Your girl cannot do that stair stepper because I have not mastered that rhythm. Because it may sound strange, but when I'm working out, even when I'm lifting weights, I get into a certain rhythm. And when I'm on a treadmill, I get into a certain rhythm. Now on this stair stepper, it's never-ending steps that you're walking on. It's never-ending steps, and it's going and going and going. And you can make it go fast. You can make it go slow. You can increase how hard it is for you to do it and everything. Now I've tried that thing at least 3 times, and each time it's just like, girlfriend, you need to get off of me because you do not get it. I don't get it. And I see people use it, and they be walking backwards on it and walking sideways on it and walking fast on it. I couldn't get it, because I tell you what, when I was walking on it, my shoe was getting all caught up in the the rolling of the steps. I don't know if I was taking too long to step off of it, or if my feet was too far forward, or what it was, but it did not work for me. So that may be one that people can do too, where because that one is a real hard one, and it definitely burns some calories too. And you see that people that use it, they get those really beautiful legs, and us women, we love our legs. We like pretty legs. But the whole point of this post really was just tell you guys that if you're running, if you're running on a treadmill, or even walking on a treadmill is intense on your legs, or your knees, then make sure that you are going to try the elliptical. Try the elliptical instead. Now for me, I also use a brace, but it's not necessarily a full mechanical type brace, but it's just like a cloth brace that stabilizes my knee, because I have problems with my left knee. Always have had nothing to do with me walking or running or anything like that, with just something that I've had a problem with. And so I use that to sort of stabilize my knee, so it's not acting or feeling funny when I'm running or walking or anything like that. So I use that. Sometimes that may be the case. You need something to stabilize your knees and stuff like that too. Another thing that I want to talk to you guys about, I'm going to talk to you about it in a different video though. But overall, this video was just to let you guys know, if you're finding that the treadmill is being harsh on your knees when you're walking or running, go ahead and see how the elliptical works for you. Okay? Thank you guys for listening. Touch of Love 100. You have a good day.